The Terravator appears to have come to rest somewhere deep below the surface of the earth in central Kansas. We are in a mine. This place looks pretty amazing. The walls are glistening with some interesting looking earth materials. Let's explore this mine a bit and see what we can learn. The material to create the mine has been removed and transported for use elsewhere. Equipment nearby suggests this operation has been going on a long time. The mine is cool and very dry. Why do you think someone would want to dig a mine like this, so deep underground? What kinds of things can come from a mine? Have you ever been to a mine? We've walked down a large, wide tunnel in the mine called a room. A room is a sideways, man-made cavern cut through the material being removed. The ceilings of the room are held up by pillars, vertical walls of earth left in place to support the mine's roof and prevent collapse. According to the map, this mine is deep below the surface of Hutchinson, Kansas. The stratolizer suggests that the rocks at the surface here once formed in a saltwater ocean. That might be an important clue as to what this material is and where it came from. Let's look closer at one of the mine's pillars, where we can see some crystals. We can gather some data to learn more about this shiny material. Our scans indicate that the entire wall is made up of millions of tiny crystals. These crystals contain two basic building blocks of matter, called elements. These elements are sodium and chlorine. Together, these two elements bond to make something special and very commonly used by people and animals. Does this material seem really familiar to you? Taken separately, each of these elements is toxic to humans, but when combined, they form a mixture or chemical compound that people literally cannot live without. Scanning multiple crystals reveals that the entire wall appears to be almost exactly half sodium and half chlorine. What could this substance be? Let's zoom in tight and look at some of the crystals up close, really close. When we look at the tiny crystals, we see repeating patterns of similar shapes. The crystals look like tiny cubes. Over and over, we see right angles, suggesting box-like crystals. In certain natural substances, as a crystal grows, its elements form an orderly internal arrangement of atoms, much like a lattice or a grid pattern. This pattern depends on the size and number of the elements involved. We can use the pattern or the crystal form to tell us something about what type of material this is. The substance is found underground and is occurring naturally. It forms a solid mass and does not appear to contain any organic material. When we smell the material, it has no smell. But if we carefully taste the material, we would find a very familiar taste. Now that we have some data, could we guess that this material is called a mineral? Minerals are the basic building blocks of the earth, but minerals have a very specific definition. We can deduce that this mineral is the mineral halite, which we know as common rock salt. Rock salt is mined for many uses, including common table salt, the same stuff we put on our food every day. Halite is part of a group of minerals called salts, and salts are some of the most important types of minerals in our lives. Not only do we need salt for our bodies to function properly, but we also use it for just about everything, from road de-icing, to manufacturing, to making soaps and pottery, making chemicals and medicines, and many other uses. Salt is a valuable commodity, so to provide it, we must go where it occurs, in deep underground rock formations.